Having spent the season now around Jalen Hurts, there's people still, I feel like, don't fully understand his talent, his personality. You're around him all the time. What is Jalen Hurts like as a person, as a teammate, and as a quarterback?
Man, he's a great leader, great guy. You know what I'm saying? The media tries to paint this picture of him of being like a real tough guy and a hard-nosed guy. He's cool, he's chill, he's really an old head for real. So if you talk to him, then you'll know that he's a real chill, laid-back guy.
A lot of players, too, for the Eagles, they'll talk about for all the crazy stuff that Saquon Barkley does on the field, he's incredibly humble and a real teammate type of guy. When you're around him and during practice in the locker room, what do you pick up from Saquon?
Man, everything that he does, the way he walks, the way he talks, you know what I'm saying? The way he lifts in the weight room, the things that he does, is you can always try to pick his brain. And he's been doing it for a long time, so whatever knowledge that he has, I'm always willing to go ahead and listen.
Seems like one of the biggest strengths for this team all season has been the offensive line. They lose Jason Kelce last. You have Cam Jurgens come in, and their best running game in the NFL. They're protecting the quarterback on and on. What makes this offensive line so tough to deal with if you're the defense?
Man, the connection. You know what I'm saying? The boys is tight. The boys is real tight, man. They ain't finna let nobody touch Jay, I promise you, and they definitely not finna let nobody touch Say. So, nah, for sure, they have a great connection, a great bond with each other, and they work out with each other all the time. They're doing everything with each other all the time. Real true brotherhood, for sure.
You obviously have Texas ties. To be this close relatively in New Orleans in the Superdome, one win away, you contributed this season in a lot of ways from winning the World Championship. What's that mean to you just at where you're at in your football career?
Man, I'm thankful, honestly. I'm thankful. Job is not finished, though. You know what I'm saying? Job is definitely not finished. We here on a business trip. We here to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But I'm definitely truly honored and blessed, giving all the praise and glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I will continue to do that. And, man, without him, none of this would be possible, for sure.
Last one, I appreciate it. Feels like half the country, half the world really wants the Chiefs to have a three-peat, a dynasty. Half the world does not want them at all. What's it like being in the middle of all this, knowing how much people either love the Chiefs or seem to really hate them right now?
Yeah, man, it's been an interesting process with the whole
social media.
Yeah, all of that. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, we're here to play football. So it's a game. It's going to come down to one winner. Hopefully we come out on top.
Hey, Cam, how are you doing?
Good.
There was so much talk offseason how the Eagles replaced Jason Kelce. He's been very supportive. Obviously, he's a huge fan of the team still. But what's it been like knowing that he had, you have his support. He follows you guys as much, and what type of knowledge or just even help have you been able to kind of glean from him as the season's gone on?
Quite a bit. I mean, he's taught me so a lot. Just learning.
He almost said like he if he could have handpicked somebody, you would have been his replacement.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I feel like I try to play the game similar to how he did. 100 miles an hour, hard as you can, leave it out there. I feel like, he played this game so hard, and it's just easy to follow that role.
When it comes to Barkley, people talk about all the amazing athletic talent, but they also mention the humbleness of him. He really does fit in with his team. He always goes out of his way to pay respect to the offensive line and thank you guys all the time. It's not just about him and his numbers. How much does that help, just the chemistry and the bond between him as a running back and you guys as an offensive line?
Yeah, I think Saquon is one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. He's just one of the guys. It's so fun to hang out, play alongside him. All of his awards are our awards, so we love when he does well.
One more for you. I really appreciate it. At one point this season, you guys were 2-2. You were going in the bye week. There was a lot. It was Philly. There was a lot of talk. Nick shaved his head. Fans love to joke about that. But since then, you guys have, in a lot of ways, you have been the best team in the NFL. You just keep winning. You're blowing up opponents out. What happened early in the season that you guys were maybe able to find it and maybe with that bye week recollect yourselves and figure out what you really want to accomplish this year as a team?
It's a long season. You always want to get better as the season goes along, and I feel like a lot of teams start out super hot and fizzle out, and we started out a little slower than we wanted, and I feel like we're playing our best football of late, and that's the time when you want to play it. I feel like we just found a a lot of guys that, love playing together, very determined, hard workers, and we just kept fighting. Even, the games we didn't play well and we didn't win, it wasn't because of lack of effort. And, we just kept getting coached, kept getting better.
As I like to say, Evonne Maddox, defensive back of the Philadelphia Eagles, has joined us now on talkSPORT. First of all, man, taking this in 2 years on from the last time the Eagles were here, what's this event like for you?
It's great. I mean, it's an opportunity. It only really happens maybe once in a lifetime, and I got the opportunity to do it twice, and I cherish every moment of it, and it's just a great feeling to be able to be here.
What's it like when this is meant to be a business trip, you've got a game to play on Sunday, and yet this is how your week kicks off?
Yeah, it's definitely a business trip, but you got to take it. You got to enjoy the moments. You got to be where your feet is, and right now we are in here, so we're going to take advantage of this opportunity and get to speak to the media and show your personality and let people get to know you off of the field. So this is a great event for a lot of athletes and players that make the Super Bowl to get to show their personalities.
I want to ask you about two young men on the back end of your defense in Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, two rookies who have come in and are playing at such a high level. What have those guys been like integrating in the locker room and coming into this team?
Good. I mean, they stepped in there first day and they felt like pros. I mean, they felt like they were already vets. They were pros definitely, but I feel like they vets, and they're smart. They communicate, they ask questions, they do everything that a vet would do, and you look at them and I'm happy for their accomplishments this year, and both of them are definitely playing great football, and I'm excited to see how far their career is.
It's wild. Cooper turns 22 on Sunday, and this is the kind of event he's at, man.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, he's turning 22 on Sunday. To get to play in the Super Bowl on his birthday, so that has to be one of a lifetime things too, right? So that's pretty cool, and it's just exciting to be able to. I know he would be excited to be able to play out there while it's his birthday as well.
And let me ask you about Vic Fangio, because what we've seen from that defense, particularly in this postseason, love seeing all the different looks you're throwing, love the way you're tricking other teams. So talk to us about the game plan he calls, how aggressive he can be, and how much fun it is playing in a Fangio defense.
Vic's been good. I mean, he's been great, actually. He came in and, the first thing we had to do was box drills, and that's our conditioning. So, he would make sure our defense is well conditioned so we'd be able to play multiple snaps and multiple plays, and he plays aggressive, and he puts that inside of us to be aggressive and have attitude out there as we play. So it shows on the field, and we all play together as one, and that's a good thing for us to make it this far. And
talking about the level of experience he brings in, a guy who's practically a head coach on that side of the defense.
Oh yeah, I mean tons of experience. I mean I feel like a lot of defense have made their defense from him, and he's definitely has a ton of experience, and when he's up there in the meeting room and talking to us, everyone's just listening because there's so much knowledge going out there on the field and different things you see and that you never really thought you would even notice or see about football.
And whilst you guys are obviously might be the unit that wins this game, talk to us a bit about the guys on the offensive side of the ball, particularly Saquon Barkley and the impact he's had this year.
I mean, as you see, he's been a workhorse for us. He's been our heart and soul over there. So for the whole team. So he's definitely playing at a high level. I'm happy we got him. I kind of knew what he was about since college. I used to play against him when I went to Pitt. He was in Penn State. So just getting him in and adding him on to our team was a great addition, and he fit right in. Great person on and off the field. He speaks to everyone, he hangs with everyone, and then he brings that gameplay out there on the field, and everyone it's almost hard for me to sit down on the defensive side because I want to watch and see what he's going to do.
And then finally, talk to us about the unique challenges of the fact you're going to be going up against Patrick Mahomes, this dominant Chiefs team that have been here so many times over the last 6 years, and what they represent as an offense for you guys facing them.
It says it all. They've been here for the past 3 years, and, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback, and he knows where to put the ball. His offense clicks when he's out there. They all about timing, and he makes plays that you don't really see being made, and it's going to be a good game, and we're excited to do it. Be there.
What do you guys have to do to beat him?
Well, just contain him. It's hard to contain them, but you make sure you get your preparation and the hard work we put together at practice, and we go out there, do our job, play with details, fundamental, and contain them as much as we can.
Delighted to say Landon Dixon, left guard of the Philadelphia Eagles, is with us. Landon, first of all, talk to us about the shades.
They were handing them out, so I decided to put them on.
You look stylish, man. You're looking good.
I don't know. I usually don't dress myself, so.
Look, man, talk to us a little bit about this season, what you guys have been able to do up front, and particularly for Saquon Barkley. It's got to be a lot of fun when you're pinning and pulling and you see this guy just streak past you and suddenly he's gone 60 yards.
Yeah, he makes our life a lot easier. The guy's able to make extremely impressive plays anytime he's on the field, anywhere. And it's one of those things that we may not execute 100% as the offensive line, but he's still able to, find that crease and go make big plays. So it's an honor to play with a guy like that, a guy that works hard and is able to, do stuff that he does.
How much fun has it been in the Kellen Moore offense this year and throwing in some interesting wrinkles to that?
Yeah, I really like Coach Kellen. I think great dude, brilliant mind when it comes to offense and running an NFL scheme. I very much enjoy the offense, and I think it's a great fit for us.
Look, I heard the last guy ask you about this, but you guys rotating in at that center position last weekend, the toughness you guys showed in having to do that. Talk to us, though, a bit about Cam, like having to replace a guy like Jason Kelce and be personally picked by him. Talk to us about the job he's done this season, how impressive it's been.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Jurgens is Cam Jurgens. So Kelce's gone, and Cam's been doing a phenomenal job. And Cam's going to keep being Cam, and that's everybody's going to put him in the shoes of Kelce. But I think Cam's done a phenomenal job in the position he's been in, and I think he's going to continue to keep doing a phenomenal job for a long time.
Let me ask you about Jalen. Probably had his best game of the season last game. Arguably his best game since you were here in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Are we going to see that step up? Is that we finally seeing the real Jalen Hurts this last couple of weeks?
I mean, Jalen just does what it takes to win, right? It doesn't matter what it looks like. Like he says in the interview, he's a winner. So he's going to do whatever it takes for us to, put ourselves in the best position to win this game.
And how much for you as a guy who was here 2 years ago, the fact that it's coming back, it is the Chiefs, the chance of stopping the three-peat, does all that come into you guys' mentality when you're building up to Sunday?
No. We look at this is 2024 Philadelphia Eagles, and we're playing the Chiefs this year. You can't control the past. You can learn from it, but you move on, and yeah, this is this year's team.
Delighted to say we're here with linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, Oren Burks. Oren, first of all, being here opening night back a year later, how is all this? How are you taking it in?
Man, it's special. It's special. Going back-to-back years, it doesn't happen very often, especially with different teams, but just grateful for the opportunity to be here and play on the big stage.
Back-to-back doesn't happen too often unless you're a Kansas City Chief, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, let me start by asking about that game last week. I was broadcasting your game back in the UK, and I think the number of times we were like, it's Oren Burks again. You were flying around, getting the ball, the forced fumble. How have you felt getting into that lineup over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I just felt a lot of confidence. It starts with my coaches and the players around me. They have a lot of trust in me, and that breeds confidence and execution. So, like I said, it's next man up mentality and just being ready when my name is called.
You came into that game last year when Dre went down with the injury. It was a tough game, to come into when you're not necessarily set as the starter. What did you learn from that experience that you've taken into this season to grow as a person, as a player, and to get to the point you're at now?
Yeah, I'll just say there's a lot of highs and lows of the game, and just find a way to stay somewhere in the middle, stay focused and stay ready.
I mean, your memories of that and what you're bringing to this week?
You obviously didn't end the way we wanted to, but it was a great experience. Just being in the mix to kind of know what to expect with media days and everything like that for the Super Bowl week. But at the same time, man, I feel like I've grown so much as a player, as a person since this last year. So decided to put it on display this Sunday. What's
been the message from Coach Sirianni, from Coach Fangio going into this week?
Just to play together. I think that's the recipe we've been using all year, whether offense or defense and special teams, all playing together, find a way to win.
On that very point, playing together at the linebacker position, a guy who played in this building for 4 years as a four-down lineman, Zach Bourne comes over to you guys, gets converted to a coverage linebacker and becomes maybe the best coverage linebacker outside of Fred Warner. How has it been playing with him this year, particularly compared to someone like Fred?
Yeah, it's been awesome, man, to see him getting a great opportunity here. And I feel like a lot of guys in the league, it's about fit. He had found a great here with Fangio's system, and obviously he had a lot of experience on the ball, so we've been using him there a little bit, but he's been shining, man. And just to see guys like that doing it the right way, you love to see it.
Feels like the off-ball linebacker's coming back in the NFL.
I think so. We're playmakers all over the field, man. So.
Talk to me about the back end of the defense. Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell coming in as rookies and playing at the level that they have.
Yeah, I've been super impressed with them as rookies, coming in and being the difference makers. And Quinion on the outside has been locked down, and Cooper's making some big plays in the box and in coverage as well. So it's a good recipe, man. We got a bright future for the Philly defense.
And I've got to ask about the other side of the ball, because you'll have faced them in training. What's it like trying to chase down and tackle Saquon Barkley?
Man, he's special. He's explosive. He's fast. He's physical. Like everything you want in the back, and just to see him shine in this system with our offensive line has been really cool, man. So, yeah.
Compared with other players you've been around, just how special has he been this year? Has he been to be around?
Yeah, I mean, I was around, Christian McCaffrey and Aaron Jones in Green Bay. So, I've been around some special backs, but Saquon's different, man. He's one of the most explosive guys I've been around.
Love that. And look, what's your thought process for the rest of this week? How are you going to approach this? What's the message to the team, and how are you going to make sure you get to Sunday level and ready to go?
Yeah, just trying to stay locked in. With all the different tempos of schedule, just trying to stay to my routine and continue on the film, continue with the game plan, and be ready to go on Sunday.
And finally, the last thing from last year to this year, that hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, once you arrived at the stadium, you're out here, you're warming up. How do you approach that mentally to make sure that you are just not coming out here half an hour beforehand, the anthems, everything else, and you're just building up and building up?
Yeah, for me, I try to stay, very low key, keep my energy down, and just try to, be ready when the game comes. A lot of adrenaline comes up, but for me, just trying to keep that level head and be ready to go.
Do you do any particular prep? Is there anything you listen to? Is there anything that you're getting into a headspace?
I got a playlist depending on my mood, but music definitely helps me just calm down and be ready to go.
Any Kendrick on there?
It depends, yeah. It's been on there recently, yeah, for sure.
Delighted to have tight end of the Philadelphia Eagles, Grant Calcaterra, with us. Grant, back 2 years after being here previously with the Eagles. How does this compare? How does this feel 2 years on?
It's super exciting. Definitely different from last year, or a couple years ago. Super excited about the game, yeah.
Talking about last year, the kind of collapse on the back end last year, starting this season 2-2, what does it say about this team that you've gone on the run that you've gone to get to this point?
I just think it shows that we're resilient. We try to, never get too high, never get too low, and just stick to our process, and it's worked out.
Can I ask you a little bit about working with Kellen Moore and what he's brought to your offense this season?
Yeah, I really love Kellen. I think he's such a good dude off the field, and I love his offense. It's tight end friendly, and he's done a really good job. Letting our players shine.
A lot of fun playing a role in that, pinning, pulling, doing all sorts. It feels like a fun offense to play in.
Yeah, for sure. I get to do a lot of different things.
And from a perspective of this is just a guy on the outside, I feel like he's always been a guy who creates brilliant plays, but the maturity we've seen him in the play call of playing the right plays at the right time, to me that's what I feel has been different with him this year.
With Kellen?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he's really smart. He uses motion a lot to kind of try and figure out what the defense is giving us. And yeah, he's really smart. He watches a lot of film, and he's obviously played quarterback, so that helps too.
Talk to us about your quarterback. Jalen Hurts had what many are calling his best game since probably the last Super Bowl last week. Talk about his progression this year and then going into this weekend.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. He's played, he's played really well, obviously, this whole season. So we're excited. He's one of the best players in the league, so we're excited for Sunday.
It's a weird season because I feel like at 2-2 we were hearing a lot of negative noise, and throughout the year we've had little stories coming out. Have you never felt any of that? Has it always felt like a unified team inside the building?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely been negativity outside the building, but yeah, honestly, I think we've done a really good job as a team staying positive and knowing that eventually it's going to turn in the right direction.
And then talk to me about blocking and playing with Saquon Barkley. What's it like when you're picking up a block on the outside and you see 26 run past you and suddenly a few seconds later he's 60 yards down the field?
It's awesome. Best feeling in the world, yeah.
How good is he? How great is he around the locker room? What kind of dude is he?
He's amazing, yeah. As good of a player he is, he's just as good of a dude and a teammate. He's really just a normal guy, yeah.
I mean, normal, but a normal guy who can rush for 2,000 yards and, leap over a guy backwards in the middle of a play and just do crazy stuff.
He's a normal guy. That's not normal, though, yeah.
Look, really appreciate your time, Grant. just building up for Sunday, tell us about how the mentality is, what the approach is from you guys for this week, what the coaches are saying to you.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep it as normal a week as we can. Just focus on what we need to focus on and just get ready to go.
And is there any feeling, whether it's internally from you or from the team itself, the fact that it gets to be the Eagles that you gets to be the Chiefs that you come up against when you come back to this big game 2 years later, a little extra special, a little extra sauce?
Yeah, I mean, we would love to beat the defending champions. They've been won the last 2 Super Bowls, so just knocking off those guys would be the best. Yeah, would be awesome.